White face, white wolf, demon. Many a name have I been called by the folk of the young kingdoms, as they have learned to tremble with hate and fear when they have heard the name Elric of Melnibone. And now I shall instill that same hate and fear in my birthplace, Imria, the dreaming city, city of inebriated sleep. And she sleeps. But she shall sleep no more, city of my nightmares, bright city of my empire, from which I am banished.
Hello, and welcome to the first look at Elric of Melnibone by Michael Moorcock. My name is Gunnar Olsen, and I am the lead game designer on this project. Our game follows the titular hero and his demon blade Stormbringer. First published in Science Fantasy magazine number 47 in 1961, Elric is considered by many to be the original dark fantasy hero. Our story follows this first publication and sees Elric as a prodigal king returning to his once empire. But he is not here for redemption. No, he is here to lay waste and slay his usurper, Yurkun. You may have noticed the red meter growing as I fought that first enemy. This is called the Blood Meter, a representation of Stormbringer's current power level. This is, of course, because the Black Blade itself feeds on blood. This grants Elric supernatural strength and resilience. As we fight more, this will grow more, and have hidden benefits. We'll talk more about those later. Now that I've slain more foes, you'll notice that my blood meter reset in a red orb appeared. This is called a blood pip, and you gain one every time the blood meter fills up all the way. These pips can be consumed to execute powerful attacks that also heal Elric. As Elric's primary mode of healing, this forces players into the action if they want to survive. Now that I have 2 blood pips, you'll notice that my sword icon has lit up, prompting me to press Y. Doing so will consume all of my blood pips and activate Stormbringer mode. In this mode, Elric has completely succumbed to the will of Stormbringer and is able to execute extremely powerful attacks that also heal him. There are, however, drawbacks to this mode. Firstly, Elric cannot decide who to attack, as Stormbringer rockets him to whatever enemy it finds enticing. In addition, after this mode ends, Elric will have no more blood pips and is left vulnerable until he can deal more damage. As you can see, most of combat is defined by the current power of Stormbringer. This creates an ebb and flow in combat, forcing players to switch between defensive and aggressive tactics. Swordplay is not Elric's only tool, however. As an emperor to an ancient bloodline, he has pacts with each of the elemental lords. Rome, king of all earth elementals. Misha, lord of all air. Kakatal, emperor of flame. And Strasha, master of water. Elric is hurt after that fight, so he's going to call on Grom, king of earth, to help heal his wounds. One of Stormbringer's major powers is the ability to be recalled to Elric's hand from almost anywhere. Elric can use this both in combat and exploration, flinging the blade and recalling it to hit distant targets. He will use this power here to clear a path forward. You can see that as Stormbringer's power has grown, the runes on the blade have begun to light up, and dark power is coursing up Elric's arm. This is, of course, a simple visual representation of the blade's dark power. However, it's also a representation of the increased damage that a Stormbringer is doing with each attack. The higher your blood pips, the more damage you do. But Elric should be aware, if Stormbringer ever attains full power, 6 blood pips, and a full blood meter, it will automatically activate Stormbringer mode. As normal, this leaves Elric vulnerable after his huge spike in power. The next fight might be quite intense, so I'll call on the rest of the Lords of Elementals to give myself a huge advantage. First, I'll call on Misha, Lord of all air, to call down lightning upon my foes. Next, I will conjure Kakatal, Lord of all fire elementals, to create pyroclastic blasts, dealing damage to all enemies in the area. And finally, I will call on a rainstorm from Strasha. This will slow and break the composure of all enemies in the area. As we prepare to face Yurkun, the Usurper, I'll activate Grom one more time to top myself up before the fight. I have 3 blood pips, I'll have full health. This should be a fight for the ages. As Elric is on his last legs, Stormbringer has a final trick up its sleeve. When sufficiently powered with at least 2 blood pips, if Elric would be brought to 0 health, Stormbringer automatically takes control. This can turn the tide of many fights.
Stormbringer, are you my only confidant? My only ally? And how appropriate then, Hellblade that you are, Hellspawn that I am, and hell we shall bestow.